The story takes place in 2003 in Thang Loi Commune, a rural village along the Ma River, steeped in superstition. Every year, bodies of drowned victims drift ashore, making the villagers believe the river constantly claims lives. They forbid children from going near, but the kids, mischievous as ever, ignore the warnings. The protagonist spends his summer at his grandfather's house, where Uncle Tai, a gravedigger, resides. Despite being strong and hardworking, Uncle Tai is shunned by the villagers due to his profession, believed to carry heavy yin energy. Because of this, though over 20, he remains unmarried. One evening, the protagonist cooks porridge for Nam, a sickly boy whose parents, deeply superstitious, believe his real name is too beautiful, making him hard to raise. At home, they call him Bam to deceive spirits. That night, Uncle Tai is away in town, leaving only the protagonist and Nam at home. As the protagonist finishes cooking and prepares to call Nam, he is startled to see the boy already standing in the doorway, grinning widely. Just hours ago, Nam had been feverish and weak, yet now he looks strangely energetic. Shrugging off his unease, the protagonist watches as Nam takes a few spoonfuls of porridge before agreeing to go outside and play. That night, they join a chaotic slingshot war game with village kids who fire hard vong fruits at each other. The protagonist and Nam, placed in the neutral team, are relentlessly attacked. While running, the protagonist mentions his cousin Dat, a reckless, fearless boy. If Dat had been there, the other kids wouldn't have dared to pick on them. After a frantic chase, the two finally make it home, panting and laughing. Just as they slam the door shut, vong fruits rain down on the wooden panels. Relieved, they move inside. The protagonist, exhausted, is about to sit down when he notices a figure lying on the bed, completely covered by a blanket. Thinking it's Uncle Tai, he jokingly calls out, "Uncle Tai, right?" Then he pulls the blanket away. A wave of nausea hits him as a putrid smell fills the air. Beneath the blanket isn't Uncle Tai, it's Nam. His body is rigid, his eyes wide open in a deathly stare. His pale skin, dry lips, and matted hair make it unmistakable. Nam is dead. Frozen in terror, the protagonist wants to scream but can't. His legs won't move, as though an unseen force is holding him down. Then, from outside, a familiar voice calls, "Why did you lock the door so tightly? It's Uncle Tai!" The voice snaps him back to reality. Instinct takes over, and he bolts out of the house in sheer panic. But as he runs, something invisible grabs him, trying to pull him back. Desperate, he fights against it, sprinting into the night. Out in the open fields, eerie blue flames flicker. Ghost lights, or matroi, which villagers believe appear when a soul departs. It is said that when someone dies, the underworld sends these flames to guide them. The protagonist's fear intensifies as he pushes forward until exhaustion takes over, and he collapses. By morning, he awakens, battered and confused, lying in the middle of a field. Stumbling back home, he sees Uncle Tai preparing a funeral. Inside, Nam's lifeless body is being wrapped for burial, his limbs tied tightly, tea leaves scattered over him. The scent of incense thickens the air. Uncle Tai, relieved to see him, explains what happened. Nam had already died while the protagonist was still in the house. Uncle Tai had gone to town to buy medicine, but by the time he returned, Nam was gone, and the protagonist was fleeing in terror. Horrified, the protagonist rushes to check the porridge. The bowl sits untouched, now moldy and spoiled, as if left there for days. Yet just last night, Nam had eaten from it. Or had he? Standing in the dim kitchen, dread settles deep in his bones. Images of Nam's playful grin flash through his mind, a grin that now seems haunting. Just as he turns to leave, an icy sensation creeps up his spine. A hand, cold, unseen, gently pats his shoulder. Who, or what, is it?